Hello students and welcome again to Legacy IAS Academy. In this session, we'll be looking at as to why the global markets have fallen down and what is the extent of the damage and specifically what has been the reason for it. So there are quite a lot of memes that are doing the rounds. It was said that artificial intelligence will take the jobs of the people. But now what has happened is Deepseek has quite literally taken the job of artificial intelligence. Anyway, this is also an artificial intelligence chat, but it has taken the job of other artificial intelligence chat like the chat GPT. So let us see why this downfall was all about, what is DeepSeek, so on and so forth. So let's quickly dive into it. So there has been, what is the news all about? It is the fact that there has been a sharp decline or fall in the stock market. Why that has happened is because people have started selling the stocks of certain companies. This is what is happening. So let us see which stocks are being sold, how much is the damage that has been done and why it is happening. So the damage that has been done is quite clearly that Nasdaq 100 has nearly fallen by 3%. At the same time, the Wall Street favorite means the favorite company, that is Nvidia, it has declined by 17% this Monday. So this is a big news. Nvidia declining by 17% is actually a big news. We'll see why, because the market capitalization of Nvidia is quite high. It is one of the 7 mega companies which is there in the US. So we'll see that as well. So this is the amount of damage that has been done. Now in this, as I mentioned, Nasdaq 100 has fallen by 3%. So what is this Nasdaq? Let us understand that. Like in India, we have the Bombay stock market, the National Stock Exchange. In the same manner, in US, you have Nasdaq. It is nothing but a platform, a stock exchange where the stocks are traded. This is the building over here. Now, what has fallen is Nasdaq 100. So what is Nasdaq 100? Nasdaq 100 is nothing but an index of the top 100 companies. Like Nifty 50, the index of top 50 companies in India. In the same manner, Nasdaq is the index of top 100 companies that are listed on the Nasdaq stock exchange. So that has fallen by 3%. And what is Nvidia? If you might be into gaming and stuff, Nvidia makes very good graphic cards. It is very famous for that as well. So it is a technology company. Nvidia, it comes up with a lot of things inside the computer. If you assemble a computer and you're adding graphic cards, so on and so forth, you will find Nvidia to be one of the best in that. So it is an American multinational company which deals in technology, cutting edge technology, which is utilized in artificial intelligence, in computer, internet, so on and so forth. So the share of this company has fallen down by 17%. Now, why it has fallen down, we'll see that later, but understand the reason for that is DeepSeek. So let us understand now what is DeepSeek. Now, DeepSeek is nothing but a Chinese artificial intelligence company. In fact, it is simply a startup. It is a small startup, artificial intelligence related small startup. It is funded completely solely by a Chinese hedge fund. So it is very easy to say that it is basically a Chinese company funded solely by a Chinese hedge fund. What is a hedge fund? Hedge fund is a fund which is used or invested in order to utilize or minimize the risk which might be there. So that is the concept of hedge fund. Hedge. What is the process of hedging? See, if you have a cube like this, you cut it here. So it becomes like this. So what have you done? You have chopped off the top. So that means you have hedged off the top. Hedged off means chopped off, means reduced, means cut off. So hedge funds basically cut off. But cut off what? They cut off the market risk that or any kind of risk that might be present. So any investment or funds that are used for reducing the risk are called as hedge fund. So it is sold. This company is solely funded by a Chinese hedge fund called as High Flyer, and it is a startup. It is very recently established. That is just 1 year back, you can say. We are of course in 2025, but the 2025 has just started. So very recently it has been established. Now comes the great question. all that is fine. Deepseek is fine. Such a small startup, small as in, okay, it's doing good, but a very recently established startup, how can it, lead to a downfall of the stock exchange is what we have to understand. So what has happened is Deepseek has released its own open source artificial intelligence platform. Open source artificial intelligence platform. You might have heard the name of ChatGPT, for example. Now this one was the American one, or rather I should say the one from the USA. Okay, now they have also released an open source. What do you mean by open source? Open source means it is open to all. It is open to all. They may apply premium subscription, all that stuff, but some basic element is open to everyone to use free of cost. That is what is meant by open source. AI, of course, artificial intelligence platform it is. So the work which ChatGPT was doing, DeepSeek's open source AI is doing the same thing. And so that's not a problem, right? There are other artificial intelligence platforms as well. So then what is the issue here? The issue is this does it more efficiently. It is more cost efficient. The creation of it requires very, very less amount. It is extremely cheap as compared to others. Extremely cheap. Means it is more cost effective than other AI models that have been developed by US. So basically, they say USA ki hosh uda diye. Basically, what it has done is it has basically made the stock exchange to fall. Okay. So this has led to the fact that now people are understanding that it is possible to develop open AI platforms like this at a cheaper, more cost effective manner. So what will happen now? This will also grow, plus more such platforms can come up. So the already existing costlier platforms, should I stay invested in those companies which are invested in these platforms? Probably not. That is why I should take out my money from those costlier platforms, right? And that is why people started selling their stocks in artificial intelligence related companies, either directly or indirectly. If they're related in artificial intelligence and invested in other artificial intelligence related models of the US, people started taking their money out from across the world, and that is why the stock market fell down. I hope this is absolutely clear. This also breaks the myth, the US myth, that artificial intelligence too costly, this, that. Nothing like that. It has directly challenged the narrative of US, and also its dominance is now sort of crashed down. Okay? Now, very important is the Nasdaq index. Nasdaq index fell by 17%. Nasdaq index fell by 3%. Now it fell by 3% because now it had 100 companies, right? All the companies are not affected. Very few companies are affected. One such affected company was Nvidia, and Nvidia was affected by 17%. So by just few companies, that too related in artificial intelligence, getting affected, why was there such a huge downfall? Because of huge market capitalization of these companies. The share of these companies in Nasdaq index, Nasdaq 100, is extremely high. Let us understand how much that is. So there are companies which are known as Magnificent Seven. Now these Magnificent Seven companies have a very high market capitalization. What are these Magnificent Seven companies? These are Alphabet, the parent company of Google. Then you have Amazon. You might have heard of Amazon as a delivery app. It's not just that, it has its AWS, cloud computing, so on and so forth. Huge utilization of artificial intelligence is present over there. Plus, of course, you have Apple. Then you have Meta, which owns Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. Meta we all know of. It's a parent company again. Microsoft and Nvidia into gaming technology, etc. Again, utilizing artificial intelligence. And of course, we know Tesla. We know the famous personality, Elon Musk. And we know Tesla, again utilizing artificial intelligence, right? So all these companies utilize artificial intelligence are going to further take a hit, because things are being done in a more cost efficient manner. And the most important thing is this is not 7%, this is 7 number. So these are total magnificent 7. Just these 7 companies, can you guess how much is the market capitalization of them? Over 40% of market capitalization. This is the amount of capitalization. So imagine when these companies would be hit, the entire NASDAQ is definitely going to be hit. That is one of the reasons. Now, what does the future hold? See, the future, what does the future hold for this company? They do have various verticals, they do have various things. So it is not that it is going to fall down completely, crash down completely, stop working completely, or an NASDAQ will completely fall. No, this downfall is there. So for example, 17% downfall in Nvidia. The next, I would say the next possible step would be a small amount of correction will definitely happen, and it would resurrect itself. But it has done one good thing. It has made the AI platform, Deepseek has made the AI platform more cost efficient, more cheap, and broken the myth that it is costly, it is this, and broken the dominance of US which was there, and it is sort of a good thing. However, the country to do that is China, which again is a very brutal state, you can say that, very rigid state. It would have been great if India would have done that. India can still come up with various things like this only, but at least the dominance of USA for now has broken. It would be great to see Indian names also prevailing over here. Thank you.